So, Marvel has been cranking out a lot of teasers, mostly for a lot of weird teasers for like Planet Hulk, Armor Wars, Years of Futures Past. I have no idea what to go on with those, and I was thinking about talking about all of them, but I was just be like, the posters look cool, I have no idea what the hell's going on. But one stuck out to me, and I just thought I'd give my brief thoughts on it. And because, Marvel has said this before, again and again and again, it still hadn't happened, but who knows, maybe it'll actually happen. So the most recent teaser they've revealed is all the Ultimate Universe characters standing at what could be the end. So it looks like Marvel is teasing, again, the quote-unquote end of the Ultimate Universe. Let's face it, we've seen this before, but we thought the Ultimate Universe would end with Ultimatum, then with Cataclysm, then with, a few other things. Like, basically, there have been so many points where everyone thought the Ultimate Universe would... It's almost like bingo or do a shot at... Actually, no, here's the better thing. Do a shot every time Marvel says it could be the end of the Ultimate Universe itself. But who knows, maybe they'll actually end the Ultimate Universe and do something else, I don't know. Sorry, I had to get some water. Because look, here's the thing. What's the only character any of us really care about in the Ultimate Universe these days? This guy right here. Miles Morales. That is literally the only character any of us care about. Now, granted, there are a few other characters, fan-favorite characters, that have, gained some recognition. The Ultimate Universe Kitty Pryde, the son of Wolverine, Jimmy Hudson, and there's a few others. But mostly, let's face it, Miles is the only character anyone really cares about. So the big thing is, and that's a big if the Ultimate Universe does really end at this point, does that mean, what's going to happen to the Ultimate characters? Now, of course, a lot of the Ultimate characters are going to get horribly killed off, might I add. A lot of them are in this big event, because let's face it, basically the Ultimate Universe is like being written by George R.R. Martin. No one is frickin' safe unless you're Miles. And even then, that's a stretch. But that's the thing, is that, what's going to happen if the Ultimate Universe does end? Because, for all we know, if it does end, then that means no more Miles Morales. But on the other hand, Marvel could say, oh, he escaped into the 616 universe, and now he's here. And let's face it, there are characters from other universes that have fled and hid in the in the 616 universe. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, he escaped into this universe. Granted, it was from an alternate timeline, but still that counts. We also have a few other, let's try to think of another one that escaped into this universe. Some other characters, like from MI-13, Dark Angel, she came from another universe. And the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler, he came into the 616 universe for a while. So it's safe to say that several characters could have gone into our universe, come into this universe, and Galactus came into the Ultimate Universe. And let's not forget also Angela. She was part of the Spawn universe, and they even said in Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, she was part of the Image universe before tumbling into this universe, and then suddenly Brian Michael Bendis decided, you know what, I'm gonna make her Asgardian. Who the fuck knows? Or was it not Brian Michael Bendis, it was someone else. I don't know, but I remember, yeah, when she first showed up, yeah, they were saying that, yeah, she came from, the Image universe. So, yeah, this wouldn't be the first time, so there could be a good chance and that's a big if the Ultimate Universe does really end, then and of course, Miles being such a fan-favorite character, could he and a few other Ultimate characters survive in the escape into the 616 universe? Is that a possibility? And if that is, would it just be Miles who survives his entire universe getting wiped out? Again, this is a big if, because again, how many times has it been teased that the Ultimate Universe was going to end? And if so, what other characters could survive? Could Jimmy survive in a world, where in his universe his father was killed and he had a son, where in this universe if he makes it to the 616 universe, he also has a father who is not really his father, but he's also quote-unquote dead, And in this universe, he has a family. He has a pseudo-brother and a pseudo-sister, X-23. So if Jimmy Hudson makes it to the 616 universe, again, big if here, then that's going to be a whole other can of worms. And what if Kitty Pryde makes it? Yeah, we'd have 2 Kitty Prydes in the 616 universe. So I'm just saying that this big Ultimate Universe thing is really just like, wow, what could happen? And again, maybe they'll just say, nope, fuck it, they're all dead. Miles, Kitty, Jimmy, Cloak, Dagger, Nick Fury, they're all dead. All of them. Fuck them, they're all dead. That's all that's going to happen, is that they're all going to die. You like Miles Morales? Oh well, guess what? He's dead. If again, assuming that the Ultimate Universe does really end. But I don't know. I just figured I'd just throw this out here and ask you guys. What do you guys think of the whole quote-unquote end of the Ultimate Marvel Universe? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? And if so, and if possible, what characters would you save and bring to the 616 universe for them to survive? Of course, probably Miles would be on that list. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.